Hey guys, Dion here from Your Guitar Academy, working with The Guitar Magazine, and today I've got a lesson for you on how to play John Mayer's Gravity. So we're going to be looking at both the lead intro part, which I just played there for you, and also the basic kind of chord pattern on this song and how those chords fit together to kind of play the different sections. Okay, so first things first, we're in the key of G major. Okay, so the chords that we're cycling through for that lead part in the beginning are just simply a G to a C. So what I want you to find, okay, is your position 4 of your pentatonic scale. Okay, so that's up here on fret number 7, okay, and it goes something like this. 7 to 10, 7 to 10, 7 to 9, 7 to 9, 8 to 10, 7 to 10. Okay, so we're not actually playing the full scale shape here. Okay, we're actually only starting from that note, which is fret number 9 on the G, okay? And we're only playing literally those 3 notes. Okay, so this lesson is a great kind of a little masterclass in showing you how, when it comes to crafting good solos, you don't always have to take an entire scale shape. You can just take a tiny little fragment and really kind of milk those notes for everything that you can. Okay, so lick number 1 of this solo. So what we do, we slide with the second finger all the way up to fret number 9 of G. So you can slide kind of from anywhere. It doesn't have to be from a specific fret. I just kind of tend to slide from around 2 or 3, like so. But you can do it from 7 if you like. You know, the point is that you want to slide into that note, okay? So you end up on number 9, and then you take your first finger and pick twice on the 8th fret of the B string. So that would sound like, okay? And then what we do from here is we hammer on with our third finger onto fret 10 on the B. So it goes, but as we hammer on, we have to also bend up 1 tone. So it would sound like this. So you see, it's a simultaneous movement going. So I'm hammering and bending. So with that bend, you want to make sure it's really nicely intonated. So you don't want to be over bending or under bending. Okay, so you'll be able to tell with your ear when you've hit the right note. It should sound that note there, that B, which is on the 12th fret. So what we do, we bend up to it, and then you have to release the bend back up to it a second time, and then hold the note there and let it breathe. So it sounds like this. Release, bend up again. Okay, and then hold that note. So, and it happens quite quickly. The release is quite fast, and then the rebend is quick again. So that's lick number 1. Number 2 starts in exactly the same way. Oh, sorry. There we go. And then we go. So what that was is I bent up, released the bend, but then picked the bend again, and then release it, and then pick the 10th fret on its own twice. So it sounds like this. Okay, so that's lick number 2. Lick number 3, exactly the same as lick number 1. So we're back to that. So you see, John Mayer's using this kind of recurring theme to sort of build this solo, build this little, it's not even necessarily a solo, it's kind of a little lead motif to introduce the song. So that's part 3. And then number 4 goes, sorry. Okay, so what we did there, we started again in exactly the same way. Slid up, bent up, and then we went. So that was a release bend. So I've bent up, and I pick the note, release the bend, and then pick the 8th fret twice. So once more that'll go. And then the very final part just goes. Okay, so that was fret 9 again on the G. Very quickly followed by fret 10 on B. And then we go down to the 8th fret. So the full thing one more time, we go 1, 2, 3. So that's lick number 1. Okay, lick number 2. Bit of vibrato on that if you like. Lick number 3, same as 1. There we go, started a bit late there, but okay, and then that was number 4, and then cool, so that's the lead part that opens Gravity. So now to talk about the chords, okay? So we've got a G to start off with, okay, a G major. So I'm using this E-shaped bar chord to play this G major, like so. And then I move to an A-shape C major chord, okay? So that's the movement in the verses. So what I'm doing there is I'm arpeggiating the lower part of the chord on each one of the beats. 1, 2, 3. And then on the next beat, I snap my wrist down and hit the rest of the chord. So it sounds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you want to make that quite staccato. So release that pressure on that chord soon after you've played it. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the same thing on the C chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Like that. And it goes around those chords 2 times each. Like so, okay? And then the next section, we have an A minor 7 chord, which is 2nd finger on the 5th fret of E. And that drapes very lightly over the A string to deaden that note, okay? So that shouldn't be pressing, it should just be touching. And then I'm barring on the 5th fret of D, G and B strings, okay? And it sounds like, and we can apply the same technique twice. And then we have a D7 chord. Okay, so that one's with my 3rd finger on the 5th fret of A, 2nd finger on the 4th fret of D, 4th finger on the 5th fret of G, 1st finger on the 3rd fret of B. And play that one twice as well. Okay, so next we have a B flat major 7 chord. So this is the tail end of the chorus, okay? So that chord sounds something like that. So what we have is our 1st finger on the 6th fret of E. Okay, that drapes again over the A string to deaden that. And then we have 3rd finger on the 7th fret of D, 4th finger on the 7th fret of G, 2nd finger on the 6th fret of B. So we have that sort of sounding chord. And then we have an E flat major 9 chord, okay? Sounds like that. So that one's got my 2nd finger on the 6th fret of A, 1st finger on the 3rd fret of D, 4th finger on the 7th fret of G, 3rd finger on the 6th fret of B. Really nice sounding chord. Then after that, we just go back to that D7 that we had earlier. So the trick there, it only plays each of those, the B flat major 7 and the E flat major 9 is only played once. So we apply the same thing, it just goes 1, 2, but then straight to the, but then the D7 is played twice. Okay, so now the full sequence would go like this. So G, twice, to C twice, back to G twice, and C 2 more times. Now A minor 7 twice, D7 twice, now B flat major 7 once, E flat major 9 once, and then D7 twice. And that's the whole sequence. And then it just goes back to the start and loops. Okay, so that's how you play the chords and the intro lead part to John Mayer's Gravity. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Have fun.